So, good afternoon from sunny Andalusia. It is a glorious, glorious Saturday afternoon, 31 degrees, and we're basking in the ambience. But we have more pressing matters to deal with rather than topping up my suntan. We are going to talk about these two who have taken to Twitter, or Tristan has anyway, to say he's not been interviewed by police once. We're going to come to all of this, unravel it all, go through it with a fine-tooth comb, and give my thoughts and feelings on the whole scenario. Make sure you are sticking a like on the video. I do appreciate that. Big up to everybody who has subscribed recently as well. The videos are getting more and more views every day as well, so thank you very much. Channel memberships are available if that's your thing. If you want to support the channel, feel free. Just hit the join option and follow it as it says. Just hit that and off you go. Feel free to donate to the channel as well. That is much obliged. Thank you to everybody who does do that as well. But for now, we are going to talk about Tristan Tate's tweet. And he took to Twitter and said, "I've been in jail for 85 days and nights. Now, I've yet to be interviewed by the police. They have not asked me a single question. I've yet to have a chance to speak for a single minute. They just threw me in jail and no one talks to me." This comes after he and his brother were left languishing in Romanian prison after a judge threw out both their house arrest requests earlier this month. This week, only a number of days ago, for the fourth time in a row, they have had again their request for house arrest or to be allowed out, etc., rejected basically, and now prosecutors have managed to convince the jury to keep him behind bars for another 30 days. Now, this is mad, and this is going to go on and on and on, and it's been going on for 4 months already. In fact, it's been going on for longer than that, but obviously they've been in jail for 4 months now. But under Romanian law, they can only hold them for 6 months without trial. And so far, there's been no new evidence brought forward, according to his lawyers. So I don't really know where they're going to go with this. Reading off of the BBC website, it says on here, the brothers' lawyers said that the prosecutors had brought no new evidence to Wednesday's hearing. They also suggested their client's notoriety was contributing to the decision to keep him in custody. Matea Petrescu, spokeswoman for the Tate, said for the first time, the judge had asked the brothers to respond directly to prosecution arguments that they were a flight risk and other risk to public order. Now, listen, they are huge global celebrities, stars, whatever you want to call them. So there is a massive circus around these two. Everywhere they go, everybody knows who they are, or somebody will know who they are. As soon as they get wind they're in this place, there'll be a massive crowd of people turn up. I kind of get this. I kind of get it. But let's continue on. Despite what was described as a dynamic exchange, the judge eventually ruled the two men should be kept in preventative custody for another 30 days until the end of April. Ms. Petrescu said the team was left speechless after the court's decisions. She said the continued detention is irreparably harmed the brothers' image, and it will take years to rebuild their reputation. Not quite sure about that, if I'm honest. The lawyer acting for the Tates in the US recently contacted one of the alleged victims of the case, threatening to sue her and her family for $300 million for defamation unless she retracted her claims. The judges have consistently justified the decision to keep him in custody on the grounds that they might pressure witnesses or interfere with evidence. At previous hearings, investigators have reportedly presented evidence from phone calls recorded during their detention. Under Romanian law, suspects can only be kept in detention for up to 6 months without trial, with agreement of the courts. Another lawyer, Eugen Vidniak, sorry if I've got that name wrong, told the BBC, in all volumes of the file, you'll never find one piece of paper with pornographic content to sustain the theory the women were obliged to post pornographic content. But leaked court documents seen by the BBC last month outlined testimony from alleged victims claiming to be forced to earn 10,000 euros a month on social media under the alleged threat of physical violence. Court papers also described debts being used as a form of psychological coercion. Since the investigation began in April, 6 women have been identified by prosecutors as victims. 4 of them are believed to have given testimony against the Tates. 2 others have said not to consider themselves as victims. One expert in human trafficking law said In any future trial, it is crucial prosecutors present hard evidence rather than rely solely on victim testimony. Romanian American University's Silvia Tăbuscu told BBC what's different in the Tate's case is the way the prosecutor has started to build the case. Usually, most of the cases in Romania are built on the testimony of the victim. But in this case, I see a lot is based on other types of evidence, mainly wiretapping and information from their computer or programs. She said there is a legal overlap in Romania between human trafficking, which implies force or coercion, or pimping, which implies victim consent. There is huge public pressure on victims, she said. She goes on and on and on. I'm not going to read it all because it goes on forever. But it is obviously a very complicated case. But this is what did surprise me. At present, there are over more than 800 ongoing cases of human trafficking, many of them international cases and very complicated, she explained. For these 800 cases, we have 7 prosecutors and 48 police officers. Now, my maths ain't great, but that seems way low. 800 cases, 7 prosecutors, 48 police officers. This is going to go on and on and on, and they're going to have to find something hard, solid, that can stick, some kind of factual evidence that can keep these in jail past the end of June, because at the end of June, they're allowed out. Under Romanian law, you've only got 6 months, like I said previously in the video. So I find it kind of mad that they haven't really had any interviews yet. They haven't sat down and given their side of the story or anything like that. I mean, Tristan, like I said, has taken to his Twitter account and basically said we haven't spoken in an interview to police at all, which I find mad. Like, that is crazy. For me personally, I think I can see why a lot of people don't like these two. I totally 100% get it. But at the same time, just because you don't like them doesn't mean that they've done anything wrong. And, you know, there's no factual evidence, apparently, allegedly, been put on the table. No new evidence has come forward either. So it's kind of baffling as to how they're still there. I can't lie. But I'm sure we will get a resolve to this. And, you know, human trafficking cases take years to put together. This Romanian justice system has, 3 months left to put a plausible case together, a factual case together against them. And I'm not convinced that's going to happen. And I'll tell you one thing, their spokesperson, their lawyer, whoever it may be, that's saying, look, you're damaging their reputation. You know, it's going to take years to repair. Let me tell you something right now. The first day they come out of jail and they do one interview, that will probably be one of the most watched interviews ever in the history of interviews. It'll be up there. It'll be hundreds of millions of people, maybe even 1 billion people will watch it, because they are a massive draw. I get why people like them. I get why people don't like them. But whether you like them or not, you're still going to watch them. And that is why they are so big, because there's just as many people that don't like them that do like them. So I find it kind of baffling that kind of a little bit grey area, wishy-washy. We don't really know what's happening. All we do know is they're stuck in jail. They've obviously got Wi-Fi because they can use their phones and all of that. And they're no closer to getting out. They're there until at least the end of April. I'd imagine, again, they'll stay until the end of May, then till the end of June, and then they have to be released unless there is evidence that can factually get that in a court of law. I'm not convinced that's the case. Maybe you guys think different. Leave it in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on that. But for me, I think that the longer they stay in there, I think for what I'm trying to say, I've got to be careful what I say, but the longer they stay in there, the more time there is to find evidence, of course, right? But the fact they've been in there 4 months and you still haven't got anything concrete yet, kind of weird. Kind of weird, if I'm being honest. But not only that, the longer they stay in there, I think the powers that be will think, well, the longer they're in here, the less influence they have over people, and they'll be filtered away into the corner, into the bin. I don't think that's going to be the case. Like I said, when these two come out, they're going to blow up the internet again. It's going to be insane. So, and it'll probably be even more insane than it was before. And let's be real, you couldn't go on YouTube, TikTok, Insta, Twitter within the first 5 posts seeing these two. So I think now they've kind of caused their the justice system or potential lack of it has kind of caused a bit of a snookered situation here, because they've pushed them into jail. Cool. not really got any great hard evidence, allegedly. And now they're just sitting there thinking, well, what do we do now? Where do we go from here? What have we got? Can we get anything? Which is baffling. I don't really understand it. But listen, every country is different. I get that. I live in Spain. The laws in Spain are different to the laws in England, where I'm from. So it's mad. Romania obviously works in different ways to everywhere else. So I kind of get it. But at the same time, this ain't going to end anytime soon. But 3 months from now, we're going to know what the crack is. So I'm looking forward to seeing the outcome. I'm sure you guys are as well. I'm sure some of you will be absolutely loving it. They're still in jail. And some of you will be like, whoa, why are they still in there? So leave your thoughts, feelings, and comments down below. Stick a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe as well. I do appreciate that. Road to 10K. Thank you very much to everyone who's come over from my other channel onto here as well. Appreciate that. And big love to all of you that drop donations, memberships, comments. As many comments and likes as possible. That always helps the algorithm. But I'll be back again tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll be doing an upload every day on here. Normally around this time as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And have a blessed weekend, whatever it is you're doing. Adios. Ciao.